In this video, we will learn how to optimize content elements on a web page. Optimizing content element includes creating optimized headlines, creating high quality content, making sure the content has keywords that we are targeting on the page. If we add any multimedia content like image or video, optimizing it for keywords, adding outbound links, adding links to other pages either on the site or on other sites. Making sure the content has the right length, so number of words. Google tends to rank contents which are longer. Therefore, it is a good idea to create longer pieces of content. Any other content element that we are using on the page. Let us see how we can create optimized headlines. The page headline is the text that appears at the top of the page. It should be an H1 tag. H1 stands for headline 1. H1, H2, H3, H4, etc. are tags that determine the relative size of the text. H1 is the biggest size, followed by H2, H3, so on and so forth. How big the text size is going to be depends on the specific CSS used on the site. When we use H1 tag, it tells search engines that this is the important headline on the page. If we use the keyword, especially at the beginning of the headline, it tells search engine that this page is about the keyword that this headline is starting with. So it helps search engines understand what the page is about. You can also create sections and subsections on the page and use H2 or H3 tags to create subheadings. Including keywords in those subheadings is another way of telling Google or search engines what the page is about. So all these headings and subheadings are relevancy signals to Google or Bing that tell the search engine what this page is about. Anything you use in the H1 tag has the highest weightage. H2 or H3 tags have lower weightage. While you can use as many H1, H2 or H3 tags on the page, it is a good idea not to overuse them and not to overuse the keywords in these headings. You must have an H1 tag heading that starts with the keyword. Then you can have some subheadings with H2 or H3 tags and use one or two keyword variants in those subheadings. The job of the headline is to attract users to the content on the page. So it needs to appeal to users and get them to start reading. Job of the headline is to get the people to start reading. Once they start reading, it is the content that is going to hold their attention. So that brings us to the quality of content. Everything that you create between the page heading and the page footer is the quality content that you are going to create. Any web page has a top header or top navigation and a bottom header or bottom navigation, or sometimes called footer. The top header and the footer are common across pages. The content you create on the page appears in between the header and the footer. Google wants to include those pages or sites which provide useful information to users. If your page does not provide useful information, then Google does not want to include your page in the search results. In fact, Google is actively looking for sites that are currently ranking but do not provide useful information. Why do you need useful information? Because when people come to the page and they start reading your page, if your content is useful, it will get people to read it, it will build engagement, and that is a signal to Google that your content is good. And if people are engaged, they like what they read or what they see, then they are more likely to engage further with your site and make a purchase. Since 90% of the websites today use Google Analytics to track visitors, Google has a lot of information about what people are doing on the site. Google pays very close attention to how long people spend on a page and how long they stay on the site after reading the page. So when someone searches Google, clicks on a search result and comes to a page, if that person stays there for a very short time, let's say 20-30 seconds, and goes away, that's an indication to Google that the quality of the content on this page is maybe not so good. Or maybe the page is not really relevant for the keyword the person was searching with. On the other hand, if somebody spends good amount of time, maybe a minute or 2 minutes on the page, and then clicks on some link and goes to look at some other pages on the site, that's a signal to Google that the page was relevant to the person and it was useful to the person. So, when you create content that is useful, that people find useful, they will spend time. If they spend time on the page, it's a signal to Google that your page has good content and that page is relevant to the keyword. Further, if people spend more time on the site by clicking through to other pages, that is another indication to Google that your site is relevant to the keyword and that your site has good quality content. When we create content, we need to add keywords as a relevancy signal. Keyword in the content will help Google understand the relevance of the page, which keyword this page is relevant for. A few years ago, people used to stuff the keyword. They would repeat the keyword several times on the page in order to tell Google that the page was about this keyword. But if you overuse the keyword, you use it many times on the page, it can degrade the quality of content because you're trying to force fit keyword in every place on the page. So overdoing it can be counterproductive from the quality of the content. And Google also does not like it. So Google does not want you to overuse the keyword. what we need to ensure is that the keyword or related words are the most frequently occurring phrase on the page. And that is enough for Google to understand what the page is about. You can also use latent semantic indexing keywords, keywords that are synonyms or have similar meaning but are not exactly the same. Because Google can understand synonyms to a great extent. Also, Google is now able to understand the text a lot better than it could few years back. So there is no need for us to overuse keywords in our content. Use the keyword only as many times as is really needed by the content. Try to use synonyms where you can. One important aspect of this is your keyword should appear in the first 100 words or in the first paragraph of the page content, because then Google will give it more importance. Whenever we are adding videos or images or audio elements to a content, we need to make sure that those are optimized for the keyword we are targeting on the page. Images, videos, even audio podcasts can help improve ranking because they provide engagement for the user. So if you use a nice image, maybe a nice infographic, people will want to look at it, so they spend few seconds looking at the image. That improves engagement. If people like the image, they're more likely to share it. If they like the image, they're more likely to recommend your page. Similarly, if you have a video that is relevant, that is good quality, people will spend some time watching the video, and that will improve the engagement signals for the page. So both image and video can help improve ranking because they act as engagement builders. But the bots or search spiders cannot understand images and videos. So they rely on what is called meta tags to understand what is there in the image or the video. What are those meta tags? One is the file name itself. The name of the video file, the name of the image file. If that includes the keyword, that's a signal to bots about the content of the image or the videos. Images also have alt tag attribute, and using a keyword in the alt tag is another way of telling search bots what the image is about. Videos and audio files also have a meta description tag. Using the keyword in the meta description tag there helps search bots and search engines understand what the video is about. If you add outbound links to other high quality sites, those outbound links act as a relevancy signal and quality signal for Google. If you link to a high quality page or a high quality site, then Google takes it as a signal that your page must also be high quality. That is why you are linking to a high quality page. But overdoing it can be counterproductive. If you link out to too many pages, then it can leak page rank. Also, make sure that if you're adding an external link, that link works. If you click on it, it takes you to that page. If it is a broken link, it can have a problem. It can lead to Google lowering your page ranking because it will think that the page is not being maintained because there's a broken link. So it is important to make sure that your page does not have any broken link. Once again, let me re-emphasize this point. If you link to a high authority or high quality page or website, Google thinks that your page should also be good because you're linking to a high quality page. So it's quality by association. And it's a relevancy signal for Google. It's a quality or trust signal for Google. Increasingly, Google prefers pages with long content, especially pages with more than 2,000 words. Why it does that is when you create longer pieces of content, you have a better opportunity of answering the question somebody is asking in the keyword search. You can provide a more holistic answer rather than providing a point answer. Shorter articles are many times considered superficial because that is how a lot of people had been trying to attack long tail keywords, and therefore Google has come to dislike short form articles. There have been many studies, people have tried to correlate the length of the article and Google ranks, and there's a very strong evidence that Google prefers content which is longer in format. And if you look at this graph, you can see that on an average, the top 10 ranking pages have content length exceeding 2,000 words. And you can see that pages with around 2,400, 2,500 words are on an average ranking in top 3. And as the length of the content decreases, the rank also decreases. So there is a correlation between rank and the length. It does not mean that if you create a long form article, if you write a 2,500 word article, it is going to automatically rank at number 1. What it means is if you write an article that is very good but only 1,000 words long, it is unlikely to rank. So length of the article is another important factor used by Google in ranking the page. Some other elements that might impact your page ranking are grammar and spelling. If grammar and spelling is wrong, Google will take it as a poor quality signal and will likely lower your page's ranking. If you provide supplementary content like a downloadable PDF, ebooks on the page, it is an indicator of a page quality, and therefore Google might improve ranking because it will think that you are providing additional information. If you have tools like currency converters, loan interest calculators, page ranking checkers, any kind of supplementary or additional tool you can provide that delivers additional value to users, it helps improve the site's domain authority and ranking in general. If you are an affiliate site, using too many affiliate links can hurt. So on a given page, you should not use more than 2 or 3 affiliate links. If you just fill up the page with too many affiliate links, that is going to hurt your rankings. Citing references and sources like research papers or books or journals are considered a good practice, and they may provide a sign of quality. So Google might look at these references and treat them as quality signals. Bullets and numbered lists make it easy for people to read your content. And Google likes if you use bullets and numbered lists in your article. Okay, let us see how much you have understood. What do we optimize on the page? Content and non-content elements? Only content elements? Only non-content elements? Or we optimize backlinks? The correct answer is we optimize both content and non-content elements on the page. Why does Google think that linking to high quality content is good? Because it is signal to Google that our page is also of high quality. It signals to Google that our page is of low quality. Having links to other high quality sites is going to attract backlinks from those high quality pages. Or maybe it does not have any impact on SEO. The correct answer is it signals to Google that our page is also of high quality.